Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. Totally forgot it was Witchy Wednesday. So, alright, we are done with the tarot cards. So we are done with all the archetypes, going through all of them. The last one yesterday killed me because I'm still wondering, what in the world does it mean to me? I don't know, and I don't care right now. Actually, I do, or I would not be thinking about it constantly all night. I'm like, what does the world card mean to me? What does it mean to you? I'm like, Mom, what do you think of this card? It's pretty, it's beautiful. Landscape, portrait, something like that. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what her projection was. And I'm like, oh my god. That didn't help me at all. Not at all. Alright, so I want to go into just this because this is incredibly amazing. And it's a very, Andrew Chumbley, if you guys don't know who that is the one that kind of came up with the Sabbatic Witchcraft. It's based on historical witchcraft, and it's amazing. It's incredible. The imagery you get when you read this, oh, it's amazing. It really is amazing. It's like, oh my god, I didn't know that was going on over there, and it's just like, wow, you get pulled into the book, and it's like a totally different dimension. Especially with the Sabbatic Witchcraft, or what is it called? Cultus Sabbati. Yes, Cultus Sabbati. So, yeah, Sabbatic Witchcraft, and it's crazy. It's crazy amazing. So, alright, let's do that. Let's get into that. Alright, so I love this. So this is actually from the Children of Cain, and yes, this is all of my notes that I have taken, numerous, if you guys can see. So yeah, this is what I do at night to calm down. Alright, so do you guys know what Sabbatic Witchcraft is? I'm sure a lot of you do. Do you guys practice any of it? I mean, because it's very interesting. It does have its roots in traditional witchcraft, which is really amazing and which I really love. So, but it's still not my path. I don't think it's not my path because it's traditional Cornish craft. It's what I gear towards. So the Sabbatic craft, alright, this term Sabbatic craft was coined. So yeah, he did coin it, which I like. I'm very, very happy that Andrew did that. It was coined by Andrew Chumbley. So to describe the quintessential forms of traditional British witchcraft into which he had been initiated. So we have that term, Sabbatic Witchcraft, so that just describes what it just said, obviously. Alright, he also devised the term cunning craft, I like that, to apply specifically to the remnant forms of British folk magic under his stewardship. So, there was a hybridization of rural cunning folk practice and more urban forms of cultism, often with an overlaying of medieval witch topology. So, yeah, it's very interesting because it does go back all the way to historical craft, and it does take into consideration the witch's Sabbath of actually flying to the Sabbath on the broom, which we will get into later on in this series. But now in September of 2004, I didn't know this, and if you want to get this book, Azotea, I think it's called, be prepared to pay a lot of money. It's like $2,000. I was like, I was at a loss for words. Now in September of 2004, Chumbley passed, sadly, to the spirit world at a comparatively young age. He never believed that he would make Old Bones, and Dion Fortune once remarked, true adepts often know when their time is coming to depart this world. So yeah, you do get a sense. I mean my grandpa, he has dementia really bad, and we have hospice going in now, and he knows it's his time. His time is almost up. So that kind of reminds me, of this. So yeah, they do. That's very true. Alright, so indeed, in the months leading to this event, he had premonitions of his fate, and one of the last conversations he had with this writer was on the subject of his impending death, probably because he believed that he had only a limited time. Yeah, I mean, that's sad. It's very sad. Now, Chumbley drove himself in his work as a magus, a writer, poet, and artist. So in a short period of years, he revived a body of magical work on both the outer layers and inner that has created a powerful and lasting legacy for generations to come. So it works because it's based and rooted in all the traditional craft and all the historical craft. So it's very interesting. Alright. Now, Andrew Chumbley's first book and magnus opus was Azothea, a grimoire of the Sabbatic craft, and it's pricey. It has been described as a major work of magical genius, comparable to anything written by Samuel MacGregor Mathers, Aleister Crowley, or Austin Osman Spare. So that says a lot about Andrew Chumbley. If you do look, you can find some of his books that are, less expensive. But, Cultus Sabbati, wow. No, I cannot afford that, and I'm going to put that out into the universe. If you want to find me, you can come and find me. Alright, so, that it has since been imitated, both in style and content. So it is a backhanded compliment to its author's visionary insights into the art magical. So Chumbley began working on it as an actual hit when he was a teenager. And it was finally published when he was about only 24 years old. So yeah, he had a really good start. I like that. Good man, and I really wish I want to tap the bone and kind of maybe invoke him and maybe see if he has anything to say. It'd be kind of neat. So the book presents a unique version of modern traditional witchcraft for the 20th century, firmly based on the beliefs and principles he had received via hereditary lineage from West Wales, dating back at least to the 1800s or 1890s, and a pre-war cunning folk tradition from Buckinghamshire, plus his own magical experience as a practicing sorcerer. The only thing I don't like is the terms like warlock or sorcerer or sorceress, because they all mean poisoner or liar, and witch does not mean that. So, the text also drew on symbols from other magical systems and witchcraft traditions to practice or to provide an expression true to sorcery's eldritch past, yet also suitable for modern practitioners. Eldritch. Easter egg. So, this material and the other influences on Chumbley's own magical praxis were varied and eclectic. They included Sufism, left-hand tantra, Thelemanism, Thelema, Aztec, Sumerian, and Egyptian mythology, voodoo, Yazidism, Gnosticism, and Arabic magic. He was also inspired by the work of the psychic artist and magus Austin Osman Spare, and in the 1990s, Chumbley operated a magical lodge affiliated to Kenneth Grant's Typhonian OTO. So, they're very interesting. A very interesting man. I love what he has written. So, the more you get into the Sabbatic craft, it's a lot of inner work, which is incredible. So, inner work, obsidian, you can do the obsidian necklace, and he goes on about obsidian, and so 10% off with my name, code name RYANE, mysticamber.com. So yeah, you can get a chunk of obsidian or whatever you want. He was also an initiate of a medieval tantric order from India called the, I can't say that, Uttara Kalm Sampradaya. I butchered that, I'm so sorry. This eclectic approach to the art magical was successful because of the universal nature of occult and mystical practices from differing cultures, and most importantly, Chumbley's knowledge of world religions and talent for synthesis. So it's very eclectic, but it formed a beautiful, beautiful religion of, its Sabbatic craft. So he summed up this approach by saying, in all contexts, one may find pieces of magical lore and belief from many disparate times and places, but all are brought to function within the trans-historical arena of the sacred dimension. Alright, so that's all inner work. There's a lot of inner work to be done, and he did a lot. So now in 1995, Chumbley published his second work, a slim volume called Go, Q-Tub or The Point. So this describes as a poetic evocation of the crooked path, I love it, of sorcery in the Sabbatic craft. Now, it was in the form of 72 verses, accompanied by 11 talismanic illustrations, inspired by the Yatuki sorcery of ancient Persia. Now, the Yazidi cult of the peacock angel and Sufism, this book contains some of the most beautiful poetry Chumbley ever wrote. Now we have the peacock, and it gets a lot more interesting. So, now in the annotations at the end of the book, Chumbley embraced the idea put forward by the Sufi master, Idris Shah, and others that the medieval witch cult had been influenced by Middle Eastern esotericism, specifically Hermeticism and the Dulgrenry, a sect of Berber sorcerers in Atlas Mountains of North Africa. So yeah, some of these words are very difficult. So their pre-Islamic rites paralleled the witch's Sabbath, where led by a form of the European man in black called Dul Gurnin, or literally the two-horned one. Chumbley's third and perhaps most famous book, certainly his most controversial, was based upon an ancient magical ritual he had recently performed in West Wales and Essex. All of just one book around one ritual. That's incredible. So this was one, the Grimoire of the Golden Toad, published shortly after he had completed a series of rituals called The Waters of the Moon that it contained. Alright, so we all know about toad magic. A lot about toad magic in traditional craft. So these Chumbley described as, quote, an exposition of the ancient witchcraft initiation of the mysteries of the toadmanship, unquote. And his personal copy had a cover made of toad skin. So yeah, and you can find that, and you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. A very pretty penny for it. So today, one is a highly regarded magical book, and I don't even know what is that word? Oh, and can command prices on the second-hand market of several $1,000s a copy. Yeah, even his first book, it's like, wow, thousands of dollars. Now, 1. The Grimoire of the Golden Toad is a unique and personal account by Chumbley of the archaic toad-bone rite that is associated with the rural society of the Horseman's Word. And it was just one example of Chumbley's gifted ability to receive and energize dormant or semi-dormant old craft traditions. So he really revived quite a bit, and he's got a really big, influence on today's traditional craft, folk magic, European folk magic, and how we practice. So he has really, 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 really influenced what we do big time right now. So it's pretty interesting. Some of the tools and stuff within this book, or within the Sabbatic craft, you can compare it to Wicca. Sorry, the eye roll is just an unconscious thing I do. But yeah, anyways, where'd I go? Now, during his lifetime, he achieved. I can't even read my own writing. So during his lifetime, he achieved this goal. This great service. This goal several times, and the nature of traditional witchcraft today is richer for his efforts. So yeah, we do have a lot more folklore surrounding it, and it is beautiful. So Andrew Chumbley was once asked why he wrote articles and published books if the form of craft he practiced was a closed circle, admitting only those who were deemed worthy by its initiate to receive its inner teachings by invitation only. Alright, so this is really interesting because it will inspire you, and it will inspire you to go deeper into your own path, or into the Sabbatic craft if you want to. So it is a question asked all those who follow the old craft in private and adopt a public persona or mask have to ask themselves at some stage. So Chumbley's answer was twofold: that his published work had followed or allowed several surviving old craft traditions that might otherwise had faded away, to communicate, share information, and cross-fertilize. So it's keeping everything together. It's like a little bit of glue. A little dab will do ya, a little glue will do ya. So it's keeping everything together, and it's beautiful. Alright, so also the publication of books and articles can inspire seekers and even create a spiritual awakening in them. So that is the mystery. That is the mystery right there. That is the eyes being able to see and receive that information of what he has written in these books. So, I mean, even if you do have the book, I mean, even though his, practice is pretty closed off to everybody else, I think that you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from, astral travel, like he does, and he did, flying to the Sabbath, the witch's Sabbath. So you can learn quite a bit. So now, contrary to popular belief and idle gossip, Chumbley did not make much money from his publishing enterprise. You don't at all. Yeah, you don't. So in fact, he was bemused, as everyone else, when they started to command high prices on the second-hand market. Chumbley, like all true magicians, was not interested in making money from his magical work, and that was not the aim of his writing career. So in an interview given in 2002, he said that he never sought to write books about magic, but rather to write magical books, to reify texts and images, which are the vessels to spirits, powers, and specialized kinds of knowledge. Alright, so these books are obviously keys. He obviously has a lot of archetypal information in them that's going to trigger your subconscious mind, and then you're going to, in dreamland, you're going to receive these kinds of, if you're open. My voice is going out again, guys. So if you're open to this, you will receive all of that. But I mean, you're not going to receive, all of the secrets of the Sabbatic craft. So, such books are genuine grammars of the art, and are possessed of a life beyond the apparent manifestations of author, reader, page, and ink. So Chumbley distributed his books to a list of private subscribers through his own publishing house, Zoanen, in limited editions, and as a high-quality production, because they were truly magical works. Each one had its own amendment, familiar, or spirit force, and the idea, as he stated above, was that each one is... Where'd I go? Okay, was that they were practical, magical grimoires that were specifically designed to be used and worked by their owners. So you have to get to know the book. You have to develop a relationship with the book. That's that thing right there. It's like, okay, yeah, you really got to develop a relationship with it. Like, you start to develop a relationship with your jinn. You start to develop a relationship with the liminal spirits, or the genie Loki, the land spirits, the spirits of a place. So yeah, you really have to develop that relationship. So it's difficult, but it's a journey. So it's a really, really good journey. All right. So they were never meant to be collector's items, to be just displayed and never opened or used. So, but yeah, today his production company, Zoanen, continues to produce magical works to the same high standards of quality and production, and with the same publishing aim set out by its founder. So some of Andrew Chumbley's critics complained that his articles and books were inaccessible, that he wrote in an old-fashioned flowery style, or an over-scholarly way. So in that respect, he very much belonged to the old-school tradition of the occultists of the past, who taught that the student should work for any gnosis gained. And you work. So you do work. I have worked my ass off for like 28 years just to gain a little bit of gnosis that I do have. Where'd I go? So, yeah, it is true. There may come in life of the seeker a road to Damascus moment when the lightning flash comes down from heaven, but these are few and far between. It is too. Usually it is a hard graft discipline and learning, so that the magical language and esoteric symbolism of the art can be understood. So, alright, we're going to leave off there for today, guys. But yeah, this man is amazing. This man is seriously amazing. Let me see. Okay. I had to make sure I don't lose my place for this one. He is, I mean, one amazing man. And I am just totally... Yeah, my little grimoire there is not focusing, or it's not doing what I want it to do. But yeah, I mean, I am totally just... The Sabbatic craft, it's so interesting. And then it really... I love it when a coffee cup coaster just kind of sticks to itself right there with the cup. But I mean, he really gets into, like, I mean, he does give out different types of information throughout this Children of Cain book. But it is so amazing. It really is amazing. And it's, you know, I mean, you have, practicing Sabbatic craft, you have got to have a knack for herb knowledge, wart cunning knowledge. You've got to know the difference between the poisonous plants and the ones that are going to heal you. And it's very difficult. So start studying right now if you want to be in anywhere near close to practicing any sort of sabbatical craft. It's just amazing how somebody could take something and revive it. I love it. It's so cool. You know, it's revived. It's, you know, it works because it, you know, it is based on these, you know, ancient, you know, practices. So yeah, and he has a lot to say about Wicca too, which I really like, and how he wants to distinguish. He wants that distinguish between Wicca and his path completely. He doesn't want anything, you know, he doesn't want anything even close to resembling Wicca in his Sabbatic craft tradition. So yes, very much not Wicca. Very much, and we'll see that later on in the book too. Alright, let's see. Alright, coffee talk. Careless, hi. Have a great day, everyone. This card is nice, though. Look into yourself and surround you with the people that loves you, and don't take shit from nobody, and trust yourself. Self. That is what I read from it in short words. Love from Mars. By the way, I could feel the clouds too. The 411 stuff sounds insane, though. Yeah, it was very insane. It wasn't cool. Not a very good time of my life. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing that anymore. I do not want those. I don't want that stuff to surround me anymore. So, oh, thank you, love. All right, Gustavo. Hi, brother. Azazel power, full moon power. Yes, always. My Kim, oh my god, power is out again. I don't know what I'm going to do. I always thought the world card is a beautiful card. All of these cards have so many layers to them. Amazing how old they are. They're very old. My deck is, anyway. So with the tarot cards. And we can apply them to our lives. Definitely some magic going on. It is. I definitely. Somehow these resonates with people all over the world. No pun intended. Well, maybe. Okay, pun intended. I love you so much. Yeah, because they're archetypes. Archetypes are universal. So like music, it's universal. It does away with any kind of barrier, language barrier, anything. Like you go to Asia for a concert, for a pop star. I don't know, like Lady Gaga, Pink, Adele, Michael Jackson. They were all recognized over, you know, overseas where they don't speak English at all, but will sing those English lyrics. So that's how music transcends all cultures, everything, language barriers, all barriers, and that is what archetypes do. So it's something that everybody in the world experiences at one time or another. I love it. All right. Okay. Alright, Gustavo, always great videos. Thank you, my brother, very much. Very much. I love you. Monday, yes. Oh, Michelle Holler, hello, how are you? I hope you are good. Who else? E something, Zelen, I don't even know how to say that. That's cute. What's cute? Oh, okay. Alright, Tina J. Hi, my love. How are you? Who else? Who else? There are so many comments that I can't get to, and I don't know why. I think YouTube has filtered a lot of them out. Lady Blind Wolf, hi. How are you? I will be doing a video on my, the pendulum, or not the pendulum, but the Black Obsidian and how to actually work with it. So, my Tina J, thank you for all the comments. You're wonderful. Aw, Lupe, you ordered yours. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love it. Thank you, guys. Alright, Mark Edwards, hello. No, I will not be doing any more 411 missing persons. No, I'm not gonna let whatever happened happen again. I'm not opening up that can of worms. Literal. I mean, it was like opening up Pandora's box. I'm like, great. Oh, here come the death threats and stuff. So, yeah. I think that's it. Spirit Files, hi. Beautiful session and sweet session. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very much. The High Priestess, connecting the realms. Hi, love. How are you? Soul of Thorns, hello. Alright, guys. That's it for today with the comments. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think about this? The Sabbatic craft, do you guys know about it? Do you guys, have books about it? Are there books about it that don't cost like $2,000? If there are, let me know, because I'm very interested. I'm very interested. So, I love you all very much. Have a great Witchy Wednesday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, yeah, just stay safe, stay healthy, don't get sick. I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you for your amazing comments, and I will see you all tomorrow. All my love, all the way from, always, Venus, all the way back down. There we go. Alright, I love you guys very much, and I will see you all tomorrow. So yes, please be safe, and don't get sick, and stay healthy.